All right, hi again, Attorney Steve Vondran. Welcome back. We are talking in this video about crimes that can cost you a real estate license. Now, our law firm has been helping clients up and down the state of California, from Sacramento on down to San Diego and everything in between, Los Angeles, San Fran, Fresno, for 14 years. So we've got a lot of experience working with the Bureau of Real Estate. And one of the things our firm does, aside from accusations and representing people when they get complaints and investigations, is we help people get admissions to the Bureau of Real Estate and get their license. And for many people, it's achieving their dreams. This is a lifelong dream from them. So one of the most common questions that I think we get is what kinds of crimes are going to prevent me or disqualify me from being able to obtain my real estate license. So I'm going to go over some of the top ones that I have experienced and that I believe the BRE is in alignment with these. And it's not to say now that if you have any of these, you're never going to get your real estate license. Just understand that there has to be very extenuating circumstances. You have to be able to show and prove with evidence that you have fully rehabilitated yourself, that you're a completely different person now, and we can help clients, I say companies, we can help companies and individuals make that showing. But these are the crimes that are going to present a significant hurdle for you, that I can tell you. So let's take a look at our list. Starting in the aqua area here, you have assault with an intent to commit rape. Now, assault is putting someone in imminent apprehension of fearful or harmful bodily contact, or touching or getting in somebody's face with a gun. But doing those kinds of violent acts with the intent to commit a rape especially is going to be a problem. So that's one. Bribing public officers. I don't know how often I've never seen it actually in my practice, but bribing public officers or employees is another one. Burglary. What is burglary? Breaking and entering. This is your law school definition for you law students out there. Breaking and entering the dwelling house of another at night, at common law, had to be done at night with the intent to commit a theft or felony therein. See, I still remember my law after all these years. That was a long time ago, but Attorney Steve was a good student, and that is your textbook answer for what is burglary. Modern statutes, however, don't require at night. And so burglary is entering and breaking and entering for the purpose of committing a crime, okay? So that's going to get you into trouble. Sex offender type crimes. I'm not going to go over the list. There's probably a bunch of those, but crimes that would require you to register as a sex offender, that's going to be a big problem. And you can think about it, in some cases you're going to have open houses. You're going to be in an open house with somebody you don't know and they don't know you. The Bureau of Real Estate wants to make sure that the people, the customers and clients are going to be safe, okay? Next one, criminal conspiracy. A conspiracy is an act or an agreement by two or more people with an overt action that's designed to commit an unlawful crime. So conspiracy is getting together, having the intent, each of the parties, two or more, agreeing to a specific criminal act, and then having what we call the overt step to go out and commit the crime. So this is great law school stuff if you're out there looking for these great definitions. But where you're seeing two or more people agreeing, yes, you go do that, I'll get the car, we'll do the getaway, and that's a criminal conspiracy that could get you into trouble. All right, now in the lighter sections here, I don't know if you can see it, but I have embezzlement. Embezzlement is essentially taking for yourself personal property or assets that belong to somebody else, and you're in a position of trust. The common example is the accountant or the bookkeeper that's working for the boss and dealing with all the checks and the money, and they decide one day, I've got all this money and I could probably just ship some of this money offshore and retire, and even if the cops caught me, I could go get my retirement money offshore. So that's embezzlement, taking money that's lawfully entrusted to you. Next one right below that is extortion. That's basically using criminal acts or threats of fear to basically get someone to hand over personal property or assets or real estate. That's extortion. Okay, over here in the other side in the white, we have false police reports. Filing a false police report may indicate that, that you're really a ruthless person and you could care less about the law and law enforcement and the money that's spent investigating crimes. So filing false police reports is on the list of potentially disqualifying convictions. Now, when I say convictions, these are when you go to court, you're pleading guilty or no low contender, as we say, no contest, and you're getting a conviction record on your record, which is usually either a misdemeanor, which is 1 year or less in jail, or a felony, which is 1 year or more in jail. And that's your basic distinction between the two. So we have on there false police reports. We have fraud. I think we all know what fraud is. Lying, cheating to get things that are, tricking people. That's fraud. Forgery, forging other person's names on documents to try to get personal property and assets. Identity theft could be considered something in this category. So that's some of the big ones. Let's move down to the lower section here. We're not done yet, because if you're on the lower part of the list here, it's just as bad. So we have grand theft. Grand theft, usually people consider that to be like the Grand Theft Auto game, but and these statutes can vary by different states. I think in California, grand theft is $2,000 or more in property or real estate value, but don't hold me to that. But it's a larger amount. Like a candy bar would not be grand theft. It's it's $1 nowadays, probably $2. But so grand theft is stealing things that are more than a couple $1,000s, depending on your state statutes. Then you have murder. I think that goes without saying. There's many different types of murder. There's murder in the first degree. There's murder in the second degree. There's negligent homicide, which is gross recklessness. And there's what we call felony murder. If you get into law school, this is one of the fun ones, the felony murder doctrine. And what that says is if you're in the pursuit of committing an inherently dangerous crime and somebody dies, you can be held liable for murder under the felony murder doctrine. Where else do you get these great tips? Attorney Steve bringing you the great tips, the things that are going to help you pass your bar exam and hopefully one day work at the bar, and I'll see you at the bar. So murder's on there, obtaining money by false pretenses, again, tricking people, lying, doing what you have to do to get money. If you have elders involved, that's also going to be a problem, tricking elders who are more vulnerable. I have here perjury. What is perjury? That's lying in court under oath. You're placed under oath, you swear to tell the truth, and you lie, and somebody can prove it. And then the next one, we have petty theft. So now we're back to the candy bar. So stealing the candy bar or the dress from the clothing shop, or, stealing a piece of fine jewelry from a nice restaurant. Any of these things could be disqualifying. Moving over to the middle bar, down here on the bottom, possession of drugs for sale. Obviously, the Bureau of Real Estate, and I can tell you even more recently, has really, really clamped down on drugs, with marijuana being available everywhere, making it legal with DUIs. Multiple DUIs can get you into trouble, but any of the alcohol and drug crimes can lead to problems. Okay, so in those kinds of cases, you're going to need to show the rehabilitation. Completely different person. Don't engage in that conduct anymore, and they need to feel good and safe about that. So just bear that in mind. And finally, on the right side over here, we have soliciting lewd acts with minors. We have tax evasion. I guess tax evasion, cheating the government is not something that you would be allowed to do. And I have other, because this is not an exclusive list. It could be anything. So those are what I would call the main crimes that can cost you a real estate license. These are probably the big ones on the radar for the BRE. But if you are trying to get your real estate license, you're not sure, this is general guideline only. These do not mean you cannot get a license with these convictions. It just means these are going to be significant hurdles for you. So our firm, we have over 14 years BRE defense experience. We've helped firms, we've helped companies and individuals in so many different variety of cases, from accusations to licensing to advanced fee agreements to subpoena response. At any rate, if you're looking and you need some help, if this video wasn't enough, or if you've watched this video and you feel like you could still qualify and you want to give it a go, give us a call. Here's our number, 877-276-5084. or you can find us on the web at attorneysteve.com. So once again, I hope this has been a helpful video. That's what we do here. We try to empower people through knowledge and education, and we look forward to dealing with you. If you like this video, give us a like, some comments. If there's something you want to hear in future videos, put me some comments down in the box below, and feel free to share this video on your social media networks. Attorney Steve, I got to run. It's been a long day. We've got a few more things to go. Thanks for watching. We'll talk to you again.